Give it up for Dylan. That's man. He reminds me of the that outfit reminds me of the first 3 months of the COVID lockdown. That's man. You guys look real familiar, and then I realized you guys are non-playable characters on Grand Theft Auto. Let's give it up for the wait staff. The thing is that I can never do it because I'd be like, table 7 needs sweet tea, and say I've got ADHD, so I'd be like, table 7 needs sweet tea, and then 3 weeks later I'd be like, fuck. So I was recently single and I also moved, and so I realized that maybe I should have cross-referenced Tinder and Zillow before I did, because most of the women in my area were just recovering meth addicts trying to get their kids back. And, I don't know what's more detrimental to the women in my area, whether it's meth or chicken fried steaks. It's a little ridiculous that if I want to get a thin girl, I got to get one with a substance abuse issue. Hell, I asked one girl what her favorite thing to cook was, and she said meth. So that didn't work out. I read profiles a lot, and I figured out that if a girl says that she's 420 friendly, it just means that she's willing to become a single mother for free weed. So, this current generation will never know the joys of finding random porn in the woods. What's up with these mopeds rolling around everywhere in South Carolina? Apparently, if you get your license suspended in South Carolina, you can still drive a moped, which is bullshit because now we all have to suffer because you can't keep your shit together. Really trying not to reference notes, but we'll see here. Being a millennial puts you in kind of a really weird spot because you don't understand anything that Gen Zs are talking about, and then boomers keep coming to you asking you questions, and they'll be like, what's up with these trans people? And you're like, well, it's kind of like weather. Like if the weather, it'll be like 90, but it'll feel like 100. So then this is like, well, it's a man, but feels like 1. No, okay, we can scratch that one. That ain't no big deal. We can just throw that one away. It was just when I thought it would work, it didn't. It's all good. So you said you were homeschooled, and you said since 2000 what? 13? Like they got college homeschool, dude? What the? Anybody that has AirPods knows that they're like hookers. If they die, good luck finding them. Yeah, so and you'll look at your Find My app and you'll be like, last seen on a deserted highway. What the fuck? And then you always find them in some like strange spot, like the trash or something. So I've got this buddy that stutters, and he insists on voice texting me, and I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'm here has 15 H's in it. So I grew up in a black neighborhood, but it was a good black neighborhood, so I never learned how to fight. And one of my first exposures to black culture was that me and my buddy Mishon were throwing apples at cars and we got caught. And his grandma came outside and she said she was going to beat his black ass and my white ass. Now, I had a lot of ass whoopings growing up, but I had never had a racially motivated one. So I made sure I was on my best behavior when I was around her. And there's probably a reason that Mishon grew up to sell houses and the white boys down the street grew up to break into them. I messed that one up. Is that my time, Ben? A minute? All right. Back to the notes. So I'll end on this. Another thing that I learned hanging out with Michon was a lot about white stereotypes, and I really like white stereotypes because I think they're funny. So there's a lot like we don't season our food, we don't use washcloths, and kiss dogs in the mouth. That one kind of hurt, to be honest with you. But so I was asking a black comedian friend of mine, like, hey man, tell me some more white stereotypes, and he said, well, you like shows like Yellowstone, and I'm like, okay, and he said, you don't like black people having fun, and I'm like, true, but most people don't consider carjacking fun. Anyway, all right, I'm Daniel Cowan. Thanks.
Keep it going for Daniel.